every time I turn around, she's licking somebody else's arse, and it does my head in.
Day 34. 3:31 a.m. Yesterday, Johnny and Sophie were told they are up for eviction and will face a public vote on Friday.
Oh, shucks. Biggest load of dogs I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Really, Jade?
(10:41 a.m) Every morning, Big Brother delivers fresh fruit, fresh milk and chicken feed to the poor side of the house.
This is Big Brother. The storeroom on the poor side of the house is now open.
Yeah, get your 2 bananas.
For the second day in a row, Sophie is the first to tend to the chickens.
Move, Betty. Move.
12:05 p.m.
I know, I've got it all in my hand because I wanted to see your face.
Johnny is the only housemate still in bed. Big Brother calls PJ to the diary room.
I'm out.
Hello, PJ. How are you?
I've got a hangover, I think, or a headache, one of the two. Can't work out which. I had a few glasses of wine last night. I think it went to my head. So I'm struggling a bit. But apart from that, yeah, it's all right.
PJ, you're halfway through this experience. How have your relationships with people in the house changed and developed?
Main development is Alex. 1 minute I hate him, the next minute I think he's great. At the moment, I'm thinking he's great. You know, he's really sort of grown in stature, sort of thing, within the group. I'm finding it difficult to develop any relationship with Adele. That's difficult. I don't hate her, and she doesn't hate me. I don't think. Well, I hope not. I hope to think that she doesn't. But there's just a sense of, I just feel uncomfortable, and I sense that she feels exactly the same. Don't know what it is, but I'll deal with it. Me and Jade have got a bit of a love-hate relationship. I get on with her. You know, she's a good laugh. But yeah, she's a bit loud, Jade is at times, and sometimes you just want to relax and don't you? But that's the way Jade is. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's just it just grinds on you sometimes. But I tell her, and then she shuts up for a minute or so.
12:58 p.m. It's 32 degrees in the garden. Kate is taking a cold shower.
Oh, Alex! I don't trust none of you. Can you just not do anything?
It's the same cold.
Alex, help me, mate, help me.
Let me help you put it back on, Dad. I'm sorry, I missed.
Right, get another one.
Fucking egghead.
What am I?
Egghead.
Egghead.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, all right.
You look troubled, darling.
Nothing but the norm of living in shit.
(1:31 p.m).
When are you going to do that washing up, Jade?
Later.
We need it now.
If it's bothering you, do it.
That's
Washing
all right.
up.
Your glass I gave you was one of the dirty glasses.
That's all right.
What would you, can you wear shorts to work? You got like uniform shorts, no?
No. Putting a fire out in this weather with your fake it on is ridiculous, honestly. You start sweating after a couple of minutes. Eh? You're allowed to take your tunic off, but you still got to wear your helmet and you sweat like out.
The fire must go crazy in this sort of weather as well.
Oh.
I remember going to one field fire and tapping my helmet off and put it in. It was like spreads like, you know, like out.
Like wildfire.
Like wildfire. I put my helmet down and we all going around the outside of it, like beating it out and that, but the wind changes direction and it moves or whatever. And before I knew it, I thought, oh shit, my helmet, and I looked and it was, I was thinking, shit, just this fire.
In the middle.
My helmet was in the middle.
Oh no.
Melted.
Do you, because it's all, the backdraft is, you know, when he opens the door and it flies out.
all the oxygen goes in and it
How do you counter that, Johnny? How do you do that? Do you actually check the knob, see if it's hot and things like that? No? Or is that just steam?
There's signs and like symptoms to look for.
Yeah.
We get like backdraft training and flashover training.
What's flashover? Similar sort of thing.
Flashovers where the gases spontaneously like combust type of thing. Super hot gases, you know.
Bloody hell. God, it's so dangerous, your jobs.
3:36 p.m. For the past 2 hours, Sophie and Johnny have been sunbathing.
And if it was me, I'd feel well, like. So Johnny said to me, look, Sophie's feeling a bit left out, a bit down.
Why is she feeling left out?
I don't know, she just like... Basically, she thinks you two have got a problem with her. I might as well say it now, you
I've
and you
told
two.
her I've got a problem with her.
Have you?
I've told her I've got a problem with her.
I
Yes,
don't
I
like
don't know
her.
why she's telling you. I've told her I've got a problem with her.
I don't have a problem, but I don't like her, full story. It's not that I have a
Oh, do
problem
you
with
not?
her, but I don't like her, no.
Why?
She's so false.
She's very false,
false.
and I told her.
All right, mate, hi, mate, this mate, that mate. It's like,
Do you think she's false to me then?
Yeah, I do.
mate, all right, bird,
She'll go,
all right,
she'll wake
girl.
up in the morning. She'll go, morning, all right, mate. Go to the bathroom, come back in.
Hello,
All right, mate.
girl. Do you not notice that all the time? It's like that.
I don't know, I thought everyone was like that though. Like, I always say right bird to everybody.
She's a beggar friend. She come in here, she don't
What?
know no, she's a beggar friend. She came in here, she didn't know no one, and the first thing she come up with was, oh, we'll all go out Bigford together. You fucking don't know no one. You've just got here and you're begging a friend. Hello? Has she done any of that? No. All she's interested in is having her ass, having her head brown, by having it shoved up someone's ass so much. Every time I turn around, she's licking somebody else's ass, and it does my head in. It does my head in. I can't stand it. It does my head in.
Do you think she asked it to me?
Huh?
Do you think she asked it to me?
Yes, I do.
Tim,
Table.
I'm gonna cry.
We were all sitting around the table, and then I turn around and say, we was all talking about cars. Kate, have you ever crashed a car? No, mate, I ain't. So, have you ever crashed a car? No, mate, I ain't. Then you go, oh my God, Jade, how can I forget? I've just crashed it, blah, 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 you tell me the story. She goes, 2 seconds later, yeah, I nearly crashed it. I just asked you, did you nearly crash a car? You just told me no. Then Kate tells me she crashed her car. You never told me you did. I find it annoying.
Yeah, but-
Really annoying.
What's that you've got in your hand?
Depends how bad
Dead
a crash
flowers.
would... Depends how bad a crash would be, really, Jane. As to whose fault it would be and stuff.
What did I actually tell you? That
Why?
Oh, the reverse thing and the mirror and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, sorry. I forgot. I was like, I never crashed my car. No, I did. I did like 3 times at once, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just thought I'd ask anyway. No, you're right. At the end of the day, you don't have to like everybody in here.
No.
So if you like people, you like people. If you don't, you
There's
don't.
opinions about everybody, and there's
It'd be worse if we stood here and said,
But I didn't
yeah,
think
I do
that she
really
laughed
like
at me. I just thought she just genuinely just sort of liked me.
Oh, she does.
Don't, because now whenever she talks, Jade's going to be sitting there like that.
Us three are the worst. You see us three, we always go, all right, mate, when I take the piss. Awful.
Don't.
That's all fun, tongue-in-cheek.
Jade, who's playing this as a game, she's desperate to be liked by everyone.
"5:28 p.m. Kate helps Sophie take a shower in the garden.
Use whatever you want of mine. My face wash, whatever.
No one else go to bed. Was Jade moaning about me? Honestly.
Oh no, this is what I was going to talk to you about. I actually asked them.
Yeah.
I said, I might as well ask you while you're there. I said, I actually think you both got a problem with her. Like, Jade said that you came in here and you said that you're an upfront person, and when someone pisses you off, you always confront them about it. And if you were so upfront, then why haven't you gone up to her by now and said, what's your problem with me?
Because I can't be bothered. I've done it twice now. I'm bored of keep doing it.
Tim just said he just doesn't like you. Basically, Jade reckons that you're false.
I'm false. I think she's false.
Right, and I just don't. I said, I don't think she's false. I think she's like quite genuine. She genuinely likes me. And they were like, she's been after her. And I was just like, well.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. I love licking ass, man. Well, good. Please. Is that it? Well, anyway, I found out I'm false and I'm fake.
What?
I'm false and I'm fake. I like to lick arse.
You just described yourself there, like. Really?
Love you long time.
Yeah, exactly.
That looks very nice, Alex. Taking a lot of care over that. I appreciate that in a good sandwich maker.
I'm sorry you have to say it.
I know, it's all right. I've just eaten, so I'm not hungry.
No, what do you eat?
Pasta with a chicken oxo cube.
Just told her basically what you've said, because she asked me to ask you too why you don't like her, and I asked you, and now I've told her. I've just said, look, Tim just don't like you. Just not, you're not his type of person. Like, and she said, fine. And what's Jade's reason? I said, well, you came in here and you said you're the sort of person that if someone's got a problem, you stand up for yourself.
And she didn't. No, I don't.
You don't.
I'd appreciate it if she did. And she hasn't.
And
So
she
why
said,
she
yeah, but
she
I've
has?
tried twice.
No, she hasn't. She asked me. All she asked me once was over Lee. So what the fuck is she talking about? Fucking liar. Pissing my favourite mind now. Prick. I don't like liars. So I'm just gonna have to bite my tongue, not say anything.
"9:07 p.m. Big Brother has given the housemates a selection of discussion topics. They must each pick a subject from a box and, using an egg timer, talk about it for 3 minutes.
Does money bring happiness? Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yes, it does.
And the thing it brings you, the number one word it brings you is choices. That's what money brings you, and choices equal happiness. It's a simple equation.
I agree.
And you have a choice of what car you want to drive, a choice of where you want to live and what sort of house you want to live in. Whereas when you don't have any money, you don't have choices. You pick up your 20 quid, whatever it is, dole money or whatever, and you don't have a choice of what car you drive or even how often you drive or what you eat or etc, etc. But yeah, money just brings you choices.
What about people that haven't got no money that are really happy?
Yeah, well, I mean, that happens. But, you know, money does bring you happiness, but there are plenty of people that money isn't the sole. You know, you can have happiness without money, but with money, I think if you're unhappy and you've got lots of money, you're a bit sad.
I personally think, I agree with what you're saying, but I also think that money can bring misery sometimes.
No,
I don't believe that. It's not the money.
But then
Not the money that brings misery.
Unless
How can
you
money
win,
bring
like there's people that
unhappiness?
say, I won the lottery and now my life's a misery. It's obviously because something's happened, like the money's made you into somebody.
Well, because other people are jealous and so forth and so on, but
Exactly,
that's
so
not the
it's
money
brought
that's...
unhappiness to them.
Well, no, because that's their fault. They've got choices every day. They could choose to live overseas and be happy. Are models wankers?
I'd like to be reincarnated as a bird.
Why?
Because, I was just getting to that. Obviously, I wouldn't like the idea of having to eat worms and stuff like that, but I suppose the idea of being out with a fly and looking down. I know some people might like to be reincarnated as Anna Kournikovas' sport bra or something else, but I'd like to be reincarnated if I had the choice as a bird. What would you like to be reincarnated?
I think I'd be reincarnated as myself and see how I differently live my life. I don't think I've ever made a mistake in my life. It's just what you do and what you choose not to do. And, you know, whatever comes of it, comes of it. But I'd be quite intrigued to see how I'd live my life, because there are little things that you'd live differently, I think, if you lived it over again.
Just like a fat, lazy, hard, solid animal, like a hippo or something. Just chill out.
Or a predator, shot.
Would you ever come back as a woman?
I was going to say that. I would come back as a woman, me.
No,
and just to see if PMT does really exist. Whether it's just me and
bleed every month.
Yeah, I'd like to go back as a guy just to see.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So.
Is Britain too hard or too soft on asylum seekers? Personally think Britain is too soft.
Yes and no. Of course, you can't deny people asylum when they really are getting persecuted in their own countries. Yeah, I think sometimes we are a bit too soft, but you have to be because there are genuine people out there. But it's one of those things you can't really police because it takes a lot of money and a lot of times it's impossible to do. Absolutely impossible. But if you say no, you're classed as a racist.
Well, if you ask me, I think that our government should look after their own before they go into looking after other people. That's what I've got to say, because I'll probably dig myself a grave and might be able to get out of it.
Send them all packing quite right. Well, it's something similar. How should we tackle the issue? I'm not doing that.
Of homelessness. Put that in there, put that in there, put that in there.
I'm not doing that one. Too controversial.
After 5 weeks in the house, the group are invited to talk to Big Brother's psychotherapist about their experiences so far. Having been the first to speak to him confidentially in the diary room, Adele talks to the group.
Before I came in here, I said,
but I know what you mean.
I think the Big Brother's going to teach us all a lesson. Everybody that goes into that house, it'll teach each and every one of us a lesson about ourselves. And so it's taught me a lesson about myself anyway.
What's yours?
Well, I don't really want to say, but it has.
Sorry.
So it's all right.
You don't have to come in here to find yourself anyway, you just
Oh
do
no,
it.
it wasn't like a deep spiritual thing, but a lot of the things he was interested in was how I perceive
What do you think?
relationships and things like that.
That's changed since you've been in here.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, it's quite dramatic, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
That's done that. Outside sort of thing, I'll snap at anything my parents say, but you tolerate 12 strangers. You know, I've tolerated 12 strangers a lot more than do my parents, do you know what I mean? I think, fucking hell, why can't when I'm out there, why don't I just take a step back, deep breaths and just leave it, you know, instead of snapping and having a go at people that you love. Whereas you come in here, you know people, and obviously you form bonds with certain people. You don't love them, not as much as your parents, but you tolerate them a lot more than you do your close friends and parents. So I've sort of learned a bit about myself there.
Yeah.
But I've also found that I'm shit company on my own. I thought I'd be great company on my own. I thought, yeah, if I'm bored, I'll just sit on my own and just think about things.
Yeah.
But I just end up either getting either more depressed or a big raving erection that I can't make sure I'm able to leave the settee for half an hour and I'm stuck on here for another fucking hour. It's amazing. So I can't win.
12:15 a.m. Sophie and Tim are the first housemates to go to bed.
Do you play for a Sunday League team or anything?
I used to, yeah, but I haven't got time anymore now. Because like, you play Sunday League and someone like me, who's obviously got a bit of talent still, I'm not fit.
Definitely.
But you get 40-year-old blokes who've been down the pub last night and are still hungover. I just walk past them quite easily. They think I'm taking the piss out of them and they just fucking go through me.
Yeah.
Like really foul me, like quite bad.
Yeah.
Like, and it's quite boring sometimes.
Does it like absolutely break your heart though to think that because you that injury?
Because I know I could have made it. I could have been a first division player, maybe Premier League, but maybe not for Man U or Liverpool, I don't know. But yeah, you just see people like Michael Ricketts, who you had an England cap the other day, plays up front for Bolton, big black. I used to play with him, and he was no better than me.
Tim's a canny lad, but I know of him. I still don't know him. I still don't really know him. And I still don't know if he's genuine yet, really, or what. Whether he's like just playing the game. But why, when people have known me for 4 weeks, would they nominate me over somebody else? You know, somebody new who they hardly know, they know me better.
You're not a troublemaker and you're not a rowdy person, you're not rude, you're not ignorant, you don't interrupt people, you don't talk over people, and you don't boss people around, and you're not boisterous, and you don't laugh people behind their back, and you don't do anything spiteful, and I feel like what is it you've done. But I do feel sorry for Sophie, and I do feel sorry for her. I said she's just misunderstood. Totally misunderstood, and I think Sophie came in here and just tried to get on with everybody, and maybe she tried a little too much, which is why people thought she was fake. To be honest with you, not everybody in here is my type of person, but I get on with everyone, so why can't they do the same with her?
12:40 a.m. Jade has been talking confidentially in the diary room for 45 minutes.
There's more people in the house now that I like and I think like me than there are that don't. Whereas before it was always even Stevens.
Yeah, there are getting to be more of us. If you know what I mean.
I think Jade has changed it a lot, in my opinion. The funny things aren't as funny anymore, and she snaps a lot with me, and it's just getting really annoying.
This whole thing with her and Sophie sort of blown up a bit as well.
It's ridiculous. Jade just hasn't spoken to me the last few days.
I think
tonight was the most.
If Jade has got a problem with Sophie, she's not going about it the right way, because I'm sure Sophie must feel like hell.
I feel sorry for Sophie.
When Sophie says things, and Jade just laughs and looks at the dad or looks at him.
Because every time she opens her mouth, they giggle. There's no need for it, it's baby.
You know, despite, I do think it's funny, all the things that like Jade says about Sophie and everything, and it's a good laugh, but she's harmless. Whatever she does is harmless.
I know it is. I think she's got the raw end of the stick this week.
She's lovely. I think she's really nice, and the only thing that annoys me about her is I think she thinks I think like Jade thinks. And I really like Jade, but I can make my own mind up about people.
Jade is playing this as a game. She's desperate to be liked by everyone. Like this thing with Tim, and her and Adele. I love you, Tim. You're the only man for me. Because she wants to vote. She needs to vote on the Monday. She's desperately trying to not come across or offend anyone. She's just playing a game. It's getting to me. I know it sounds awful. I'm talking to be on her back, but I would never talk to Jade because you can't get sense to her anyway.
No, but I don't know. I keep thinking, because I thought to myself last week or so, Jade's not as thick as she likes everyone to think she is.
Yeah, you're right then.
She's not as daft as she looks.
She's not.
I really do feel any week now I'm going to get stabbed in the back by her.
Who goes? You decide. To evict Johnny, call 090 11 154402 or text VOTE JOHNNY to 83188. To evict Sophie, call 090 11 154412 or text VOTE SOPHIE to 83188.
And the eviction build-up starts tomorrow on Big Brother's Little Brother at 6:30. And for more Big Brother information or to join the text chat service, go to teletext page 210. While Graham's next, he's standing in the wings, ready to tease.